Hello everybody, Overkill Jill here. I wanted to come on and talk to you today about 5 things I wish I knew before getting into trucking. So the first thing that I wish I knew or considered before getting into trucking is, okay, I know this is going to sound TMI, but we all do it. Finding a place to use the bathroom, y'all. Finding a place to pull over to use the bathroom. It's not as simple as when you're in a car and you can just pull over on the shoulder, or you can just run into the McDonald's real quick. You know what I'm talking about. So when you're in an 18-wheeler, sometimes a rest area or a truck stop is like not around the corner. You have to go a couple of miles. Sometimes you're in the city and there's no truck stops and rest areas in the city, so you have to find a place where you can pull off or pull into. Now, I've had like really major emergencies where I did have to pull off onto the shoulder on the interstate, and while on like a highway, I did like pull into the middle turning lane. That's a big no-no, but it was an emergency. But we're not supposed to do that. They don't want everybody just being able to just pull over on the shoulder when they feel like it, because every other 18-wheeler would be on the pulled off on the shoulder of the road. That's reserved for emergency breakdowns. I'm hungry. I'm drinking my breakfast, y'all. I'm drinking a shake this morning. Hold on. Okay. Number 2. Oh, wait. Before I move on to number 2. Speaking of bathrooms, okay, some of y'all are considering getting into trucking. So whenever you do have those bathroom emergencies and you do have to pull off, sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes you're stopped on your 10-hour break. It's raining, it's pouring down raining, it's snowing, it's freezing, and the bathroom is a mile away, it seems like, and you can't make it, or you don't want to get out your truck. A lot of truckers do have like installed bathrooms on their truck or makeshift bathrooms. Some truckers have buckets. Some truckers have the camper, like a few options to consider. Some truckers have the little camper potties. Some just use good old-fashioned bottles. Always keep an empty bottle. Always keep a cup, a big oversized cup. Some truckers use kitty litter. Some use the good old-fashioned grocery bag. For them number 2 days. Okay, look, you get it how you live, but it's a reality. It's a reality. So just consider that if you are thinking about getting into trucking, because I didn't think much about it. I was just like, if I gotta go, I'll pull over. But I do that all the time. It's not that easy. You know, you do have to find places where you can pull in and have access for you to turn around to pull back out. So, okay, that's a challenging thing that I face. The second thing that I wish I knew before I got into trucking is it involves daily challenges as well. It's literally finding a place to park for my 10-hour break. Can I have a moment, please? Okay. There are usually truck stops and rest areas where everybody and their daddy go to take their 10-hour break. Especially on the weekends, they are always full, because a lot of truckers don't run on the weekend, because a lot of us are busy on weekdays, but weekends is slower, so you'll find that the rest areas and truck stops are full. So you have to think outside the box. Oh, I just heard a noise. I'm illegally parked somewhere, so I'm paranoid. I'm just waiting on somebody to come knock on my door, y'all, and tell me to move. But okay. Whenever you can't go to the truck stop or the rest area, there's weigh stations also. But keep in mind, for the weigh stations, you not all of them allow truck parking. You have to look for the sign that says parking permitted. A lot of rest areas also, keep in mind, don't allow overnight parking. Like, it'll have like limited time limited parking. Then you have your stores, Walmart, Office Depot, Home Depot, Lowe's, Truck Supply, is it Tractor Supply Store, Hobby Lobby, Planet Fitness. I feel like I'm missing some. But keep in mind also, even some of those don't allow overnight parking. Like, you can park, but you can't park overnight. Sometimes the entrance is not 18-wheeler friendly. And if you can squeeze your little behind in there, sometimes they have all those buku mediums, those mediums that be everywhere. We can't maneuver around that. I think that's why they do that for the 18-wheelers, now that I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, just think about it. You park, you finally find somewhere to park. And you like 3 hours into your sleep, and then all you hear, can't park here. That has happened so many times. So just think about that if you are considering getting into trucking. Okay, the third thing that I wish I knew about when getting into trucking. It's not a big deal, but it can be a pain in my butt every once in a while. Time zone differences. Okay, so luckily for me, on my onboard computer in my electronic log device, the time, it calculates the time zone difference for me. It calculates the distance, it calculates the estimated travel of time, and it calculates your estimated time arrival. That's a blessing, y'all. But not all of them have that. Not all of the ELDs have that. Or maybe the GPSs don't have that. So you might have to calculate the time difference manually. Also, I live in Central Time Zone. I went to orientation in Central Time Zone, but my actual, like, my office, like my, I don't know what you call it. It's like this company has like terminals everywhere, all across the states. So my terminal is based out of the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So even if I'm in Central Time Zone, my clock is actually on Eastern Standard Time Zone. So when I start my 10-hour breaks, I might be starting at 9 o'clock Central Standard, but it's actually starting at 10. So it could be a pain in my butt, like whenever I'm ready to start my, like when I'm believing that my 10-hour shift is over and I'm ready to start my shift, I have to wait an extra hour. Time zone differences, maybe, you know, depending on the time of day, if it's early morning or like if the sun is coming up or the sun is going down, you may think, you know, you may not realize that you're crossing into another time zone and you drive an extra hour than, you know, you're supposed to, and you might actually be in jeopardy of going over your 11-hour clock. So you have 11 hours of drive time and you can't go over that. So be careful with traveling across different time zones and trip planning according to different time zones. Didn't think about that. Okay, so was that 3? Yeah, 4. The fourth thing. Okay, the fourth thing that I wish I knew before getting into trucking. What was it? I made my notes, y'all. It popped right out of my head. I know it was something to do with okay. When you think of becoming a trucker, all you think of is driving. That's it, right? Going to the location, getting on the road, traveling to your next destination. It's not that simple. depending on whether, okay, well, first of all, let me go back. There's different types of trucking. You got your heavy haul, oversized load, flatbed. Then you have your dry van and your reefer. So I drive a dry van, and some people also who drive reefers have to do this too. So we have to keep our trailers clean, y'all. We don't think about, we have to get back there with a push broom, if we have one, and push all, like sweep out all the dirt and debris whenever we pick up certain loads like foods. And some of the reefers, they have to go to the truck stop very often in between loads to like wash off all the debris or contamination. So I didn't really think about that. Like that would be a part of my, you know, daily trucking duties, but it's not every day, but every so often I do have to get my push broom, which I had to purchase, which I had no idea I would ever have to make a purchase of a push broom to sweep out my 53-foot drive-in trailer. So the last thing that I wish I considered when getting into trucking, it's not a big deal, but it's just something that I noticed. Every time it's time for me to go home, like to drive home on my home time, it's always something always comes up. The drive seems extra long. It's a mind, I don't want to use vulgar language, but it's a mind fuck. Like when you're trying to get home, it just seems like forever to get home. Like I don't want to make this video too long, but one time I got stopped. Like I ran out of drive time, and I got stopped at the truck stop. Like I had to stop. I got stuck at the truck stop until, you know, my clock refreshed after 10 hours on Christmas Eve. I was on my way home, like the last home time. I got into a fender bender. It wasn't my fault. It was very quick and easy, like process. Like it wasn't like major damage. It was like literally a fender bender. It wasn't my fault, but I had to deal with that. Like while I'm trying to get home, I'm like, can we please hurry up? I'm trying to go home. And so we you know, this time around, it's okay. It's no issues. I don't anticipate any issues. I'm ready to hit the road after this, y'all. Like after this, my 10-hour break should be up, and I should be getting on the road. But just a few side notes, just like sidebar. Also, if you are considering getting into trucking, I would just like to give you a few tips. If you do use your indoor bathroom, make sure always empty it right afterwards. Let me say it again. Always empty it right afterwards. I personally use the cup, and a couple times I forgot to empty it. Let's just say one time I got lucky, like I don't know, it was a miracle by the grace of God. That full cup, all them bumps in the road did not fall over, but I didn't get lucky the second time. Hey, I know somebody who used like a little camper potty with kitty litter. Let's just say, long story short, kitty litter everywhere. Okay. So be smart. Okay, if you want to keep in shape, there are ways to keep in shape while you're on the road. Like, just get your steps in. Sometimes the terminals have gyms. Like if you with the company that have terminals, utilize the gym as much as possible. Or you can have a Planet Fitness membership. They allow truck parking. You can get you a shower there too. Speaking of showers, realize that, hey, I'm not just speaking for myself, and I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you plan for it, but you may not make it to that shower, honey. Have you some wipes, dude wipes, you know, whatever you gotta do to maintain hygiene in between showers is real. And finally, just these trucks, this is the last night, I'm gonna let y'all go. These trucks, they have only so much storage. It's only so big, you have only so much space. It tends to get cluttered very easily, very quickly. I would suggest getting different size storage containers to keep all the little knick-knack type stuff and all the big stuff. It really keeps stuff, storage bins, can keep your stuff together. It can keep it from falling over, because you know it's bumpy in here when we're driving, so your stuff can fall over. And it maintains like organization and cleanliness, because a cluttered space leaves a cluttered mind. And always, just a final note, always have you some toilet paper, paper towel, some kind of wet wipes, disinfectant wipes, baby wipes, whatever, and you should have everything you need. Like, you never know when you're gonna need some paper towels, some toilet paper. Just have it on hand. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and until the next one, Overkill Jill, over and out.